Two people have been detained by the French military after they boarded an oil tanker off the west coast of France, suspected of being linked to the mysterious drone flights in Denmark last week. The vessel believed also to be part of the so-called shadow fleet of vessels involved in the Russian oil trade. Comes as the Danish Prime Minister has said Europe must be able to defend itself. That as she's been hosting an EU summit where leaders backed plans to bolster the bloc's defences against Russian drones. The decision after that series of airspace intrusions by unmarked aircraft really rattled Denmark as Europe accused Russia of brazen violations of the region's airspace. Well, our international affairs editor Philip Turle is joining me here on set. Philip, already some strong comments from France's President Emmanuel Macron we've been hearing as well. And just tell us what exactly is due to happen at that summit today.
Well, there's another summit today in Copenhagen, which is a summit of European political community, or the European political community, where several top leaders have already begun arriving at the Bella Centre, where this is taking place in central Copenhagen, and giving statements to the press. And I think basically what they're trying to obtain is a series of objectives. One of them is the strengthening of Ukraine. That's to say, the EU Commission proposing using frozen Russian funds. Many of these funds are in Belgium to pay for Ukraine's war effort. It's not going to be easy for them to unfreeze those funds, but that's one of the objectives at the meeting. Second one is strengthening European security in the face of these drone incursions, especially the ones we saw in Denmark last week, which coincide with this ship off the coast of France having gone through Danish waters. So a lot of suspicion that the drones may have been fired from that ship. And the third one is weakening Russia with announcements of new sanctions. This was something that was discussed last night at a press conference with the Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen and Ursula von der Leyen, the EU President, saying that there is a list of sanctions that are ready to go, particularly aimed at weakening Russia's war effort, and also a roadmap, a 2030 roadmap for strengthening European security. When asked about that, the Danish Prime Minister says, well, we can intervene already to try to prevent any attacks against Europe, but certainly there is a roadmap which is being prepared, which should be established by 2030, which would certainly beef up the strengthening of Europe's borders.
Philip, while you're talking there, we're seeing all those European leaders all happily together, but are they really united on all of this?
Well, that's the problem that is going to be hammered out, and probably with no solution. The big fly in the ointment, of course, is Hungary. Hungary, which does not agree that Ukraine should become a member of the European Union. It says that Ukraine is not a sovereign country because it was financed by the West. So Hungary can use its veto power. Now, there are proposals by the head of the European Council to change the rules as far as admitting new members to the European Union are concerned. That's to say that instead of having a unanimous vote that has to go through, it will be a majority vote, which would get round the veto that Hungary has always placed on Ukraine joining the European Union. The problem with this is that many countries don't agree that there should not be a unanimous vote. They include France, because France has always made it pretty clear that it doesn't want Turkey to become a member of the European Union, saying that there was no chance that would ever happen. If this vote is changed around, then that would also potentially lead to Turkey putting forward its candidature and maybe becoming also a member of the European Union. So a lot of indecision about how that is going to work out in the long run. But I think there is quite a lot that joins all the European forces together, particularly the need for this drone wall that is going to be part of the discussion. And also one of the other key topics, this was underlined by Sir Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, when he came in to the meeting this morning, was that he wants a discussion to take place on migration.
Philip, thanks very much. Philip Turle, International Affairs Editor on France 24.